invitation. You drove to the local node,
Oh, in VR, yes.
and you're in VR. So I don't think there are any other steps. You're
Who
standing
else
in
is
it,
there?
and no one yet. You're standing in an empty 1920s style street side New York City diner. Wide, sky high
Is it like black
windows.
and gray?
Those stupid no, it's like red and gray. It's those faux leather benches with the fake laminate wood countertops with the metal rims on the freaking metal post that I always bang my knee on. Um, Hippin' and hoppin'. It's got the checkerboard tile floor, the black and white, like I said, the red seat cushions. You got some chrome ceiling fans. There's a bar with those terrible stools with the metal rings around a single post, also with the awkward, uncomfortable red cushions. Um, yeah, this is the kind of place you come to get a grilled cheese sandwich, and I don't know what else you order at this place. That's all I've ever had. So no, as you pour in, take in your surroundings, a tall, human-looking in VR, professional. How what do you look like right now? Like let's
Okay, so
are you using your avatar? Are you in there
yeah,
just in person? Are you
no.
what is your avatar?
My avatar is the height of a Jawa. It resembles Marvin the Martian, except it is done in black and gray only, and there's no feathers on the top of the cone. It's more like a fin, more like going through the water fin. I
So
have a tool
you're not
belt
actually a
with.
Jawa. You're just the height of a Jawa.
I'm the height of a Jawa, yeah, and I've got a tool belt with miscellaneous things on it, which include like an obvious laser gun, and obvious I don't want to say wand, but it's like more like Daredevil's short
Stick.
staff. Yeah, his short stick, a screama stick, if you were. But it's obviously metal, and everything is supposed to look alien.
Okay. Except for the belt buckle, which is shaped like a bat.
Sure.
That's cool. Okay, yeah, no, there is it's a tall humanoid creature, milky white, almost plastic skin, in a blue blazer and slacks and black dress shoes. This thing is probably, I don't know, like 7 feet tall, long, slender fingers with no fingernails. And as you look at it a little closer, you realize it's like a really awkwardly tall department store mannequin with no eyes, no facial features, and a blue blazer. And it does the like crossing guard, waves you into a booth. Need more
Yeah.
camera real estate.
Hop and bound happily and joyfully over and float into my seat.
All right. The mediator steps to the side like it's going to sit down, and then stands in front of your table and puts its arms to its side. The kind of AR overlay of probably 20 or 30 dancing blue butterflies. I don't know what a dancing butterfly looks like, but use your imagination. They're twirling about each other in this happy little cloud. Kind of materializes into the form of maybe this 10 or 12-year-old human female with long black hair, and she's wearing the Wonder Woman costume. She's got the bracelet, she's got the lasso, she's got the boots, and she jumps up into the booth next to you, and she slams her hands on the table, and she says, "Oh my God, have you seen this one?" And she draws a square in the air that turns into a transparent stream, and it's the Got Milk Minos flyer.
Oh, that she sent to me earlier.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was her that sent it to her. You don't know if it was her that sent it to her earlier, but you have seen this. She obviously is a fan. You guys are just dynamite. This is crazy. You've developed a substantial fan base in less than 3 days. That's the kind of marketing you just can't teach anymore.
As I'm standing there a bit impatiently, not many people reach out to, just as a super fan to this caliber of streetwide violence.
No, of course not. I've got a job.
Oh. Oh, of course you do. Everybody wants something.
No. It's not what you think. This is gonna be just. It's gonna be miles and above this street smash and grab horseshit. I mean, not to put a downer on it, because you spun this into just VR gold. But what I've got in mind is just gonna be smashing.
Who are you?
I'm sorry. If the costume didn't give it away. No. My name is Miss July. I am an agent, a representative, an acquirer of services, personnel, and peoples. She says peoples. I don't know why.
She said she's an agent that acquires these things?
Yep, she's an agent, a representative. She is a recruiter. That's the word I'm looking for.
So what can you tell me?
I am looking for a group of individuals to participate in this year's Underground Corporate Challenge. Blank stare.
Do I have any previous knowledge, or have I ever heard of this before?
I don't know. What are your things? What do you know?
I'm new to Kansas City. I've only lived here for the past almost year now, so I'm new to the area, and I have nothing in the way of underground or criminal activities, gambling, anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So nothing I can, unless it has to do with local street cuisine, I don't know.
Okay, that's it. Well, she stares at you expectantly, like, be excited? Aren't you excited? Why aren't you excited?
I should be more excited, I know. Perhaps you can explain to me what the underground corporate games are?
Blink. Blink. Blink.
Sorry, I'm from Germany.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You don't look German.
I don't even know how a German Martian's supposed to look.
Well, Martian.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, then. Let me start at the basics, I suppose. Any corporation below the AAA level has a fair share, whether it be subsidiary or independent corporation, of rivalry. In an effort to curb the more economically damaging aspects of these tiffs and tats, corporations engage, similar to how they did in the early 2000s, in competitions, trials of strength. However, since the only thing that really matters is how much money a corporation, fund, or project generates, these are the terms of challenges. Various corporations vie on a chosen field every several months to determine supremacy in a market, to take over an area of real estate, to tank or rise a stock. The above-board portion of this is perfectly legit, and the reporting comes from their capital earnings and is verified through multiple sources. The below-board portion of Corporate Challenge is, always has been, and always will be the employment of you, the Martians of the world, to, how shall we say, interfere with the corporate gains of our immediate competitors. when I say "are" in the future, please be advised I am in no way a corporate sponsor, but am simply speaking as a representative of my client. So, my role is to, at this point, generate assets for my immediate corporate employer to be used as she determines during this year's corporate challenge.
I'll have to talk this over with my team.
But you haven't heard what the offer is yet.
But
You'll
you're
be
going to tell me.
contacted on a job. If you agree, you'll be contacted on an offered on a job per job basis. The really what I'm interested in is putting you on retainer. I'd like to provide you with a monthly expense budget to retain your services for the duration of this year's corporate challenge, and then a per diem based on the request made of you during the corporate challenge. The only thing you have to do to receive the outlined fund allotment each month is agree to take at least 3 jobs during this fiscal year. I realize it's kind of sudden. Take the enclosed benefits package if you're interested, and get back with me. She hands you a purple vanilla envelope with Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman chibi stickers sealing
All over it.
Which translates to a file transfer request. She ran it through the server's virus scan, so it at least has an arbitrary file clean stamp on it. You can take it, or it'll be deleted in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Self-destruct.
Talk to you soon. She winks at you and walks out. She leaves. The mediator begins disassembling the diner.
I'll make sure to exit real quick.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
Cool.
Well, I'm glad that went uneventful, Medic, but I think we might have another job.
That's Medic's favorite phrase.
I know,
We have
right? That's
another
what I said.
job.
That's exactly
We're
what I said.
rolling in jobs.
If you'd been in there, you would have seen.
Rolling.
Look at the code. That's exactly what I said.
Jeez.
Rolling in jobs,
Aren't we
but not
going
a
to
whole
have
lot
too
of being
much
paid.
going on?
Ryan, this is Voltaic. Where are you headed?
Basically, I was practicing my Janice impression
Okay.
while we were deciding if we wanted to bring in everyone else for this.
Okay, fine. You do
Yeah, we
your-
were going back to the van.
okay.
Yeah, we would have gone back to the van.
You guys all rendezvous outside the MetaHuman Meat Market, just on the side of the road. This is Camp Shadowrun Team. Just we have a flat tire officer, like just hanging out here.
Our car won't start.
Our 2 vans that keep coming and going won't start. Yeah.
So,
okay. Cool.
What time is it now, Nate?
It is at the Tone. 1:30 p.m.
I thought his meeting was at
Jeez.
2.
No. It was 2 hours after 11, which would make it at 1.
In 2 hours. Got it.
My math is sound.
That
I
was a
believe you.
really long meeting then.
You guys took an hour to go visit poor Janice. He took half an hour to visit poor VR girl. It took a half an hour to get back out there, so I guess it's more like 2 o'clock, a little after 2. And then, you chatted a bit. Time can bleed on. Like, I don't know, what else do you want to do before 6?
Refine our plan.
Yeah.
Maybe see if we can get. Yeah, let's refine our plan because we have time.
Yes.
All right.
I'm also not super clear on the immediate goal of that is our plan. Like, so we go in, we pretend that we tried to sell our prime beef over there, and we should have been paid more, I believe is what we figured on doing.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
try to if we make a scene saying, no, look at him, like obviously Minos is not just some normal minotaur like the last guy we found. So say, like he was so hard to bring in, we deserve more money, and then tell them about, the
Especially alive.
yeah, especially alive, and the YouTube, like this is the guy from the videos, from all these videos. So he's also a celebrity.
Let's not bring up the videos.
Oh no? Okay.
No, because you're in the videos.
This is true.
I do dart into
Matt.
the van for a second, yeah. From one van to the other, yeah.
Oh no, are we in that video of the got milk?
Oh,
was it
no,
like-
that's all Minos.
Maybe the actual got milk part, but we were still present at the scene.
Yeah. It's not
So-
funny if you guys are in the got milk scene.
Well, I can change the color of my suit, and I wore a mask when I was out there, so I'd be harder to ID.
Well,
Yeah, but Statrix wouldn't. Although
I'm
I
an
can
elf,
change
I
my
look like
voice to
every
be
other
whatever
one.
I want.
Well, we can have Statrix change his outfit and wear a mask.
I like how the expectation is that you're getting out of the van.
This is true too.
Like,
Yeah, you don't even have to. You don't even have to get out of the van. You can.
sorry,
just-
Statrix, you're elf heavy. Get out there.
Yeah.
You've been evicted.
are you all
I mean,
elf?
he could just stay in the van. I could make myself look like literally anyone else.
They're not all elves. Statrix is an elf. Medic
Medic's a
can.
human.
He has this suit that gives him elf ears occasionally.
I
Voltaic
could just
can
change his
change
color.
himself to look like an elf. So they're like one elf and two elf impersonators.
This is true.
Alright.
Yeah, Voltaic is actually an orc. He just never actually looks like an orc, ever. Makes him uncomfortable.
So,
All right, so
do we want to hack into the cameras beforehand, before going in?
Yes.
I actually want to astral my way through, because I basically be able to see how many living people are there, or if any of them were mages. And that way we'd have a little bit more information about what's inside before we rolled in, unless it's just 8,000 automated turrets, in which case we're hosed anyway.
That's when you cut your losses and sell off the Minotaur, right?
Yeah.
I would
That when that
I would
happens.
sell you. I wouldn't sell you, Menace. You're invaluable.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yeah, I will actually, I think, do that. While he tries to hack the cameras, I will astrally project and go take a peek around inside.
Okay. Hacking camera rules. Go, go, go.
The other question is, while he's doing that, do we still want him
Noise level.
apply? Sorry.
No, nothing. Negligible. Down by the river, nothing. Negligible. Distance from server. No dice modifying noise.
Opposed roll. Intuition plus firewall. 3 successes.
I have 2 successes.
Alright, I've got 1 mark on the system.
Okay.
I need them to make that roll again. I've got 3 successes again.
I have no successes.
Alright, 2 marks.
This is going much better than the last time. I say as I jinx it.
Yeah, no, this is where I got last time when I screwed it up. 2.
This is going about how Thursday night went, so it's apparently
Alright.
really hard to.
He gets an
defense
opposed
10 models.
intuition plus firewall 1 more time for me to take control of the cameras. I've got 3 hits.
All of the cameras?
Well, you're right. No, I
You're
should do
targeting
this.
the warehouse network, correct?
Yes. So, and I will be doing this VR. So I'm kind of jumping around in my little
Yep.
Marvin the Martian way.
I gotcha. I picture you dancing and twirling and leaving fairy dust on these
Doing
cameras.
the moonwalk, yes. So, and I'm looking for the computer systems, or the camera systems.
Okay. All right. And I assume you're further looking for the camera systems for a specific building, or all buildings, or all of the camera systems.
Well,
You just want access to all the camera feeds?
I'm going to look for, if there's like I don't know how the VR is broken down for this area, but if it's something like
It's
the
broken
warehouse.
down by sectors.
Okay.
The fence is broken down into quadrants and split between fence feed and building feed. The individual buildings in VR are little tap cubes, like a block of wood. As you tap them, you enter the virtual environment of the cameras set up in that area and can change. It generates a digital perspective, or you can change to the flat screen video feed of the cameras in the area. When you enter the VR unit of an individual building, per se, you can interact with the cameras in that area to bring up specific feeds, recordings, etc.
Okay. So I've got the 2 marks is more than what I need then. I will, since we are approaching, well, we've already been looking around outside, so I'm not going to worry about the fence cameras. The first set of cameras I'm going to go for are the drop-off warehouse. So I'll go specifically to that warehouse and click on that cube.
Okay, so there's 2 drop-off warehouses. They're both on the southeast side of the compound, one in the southeast corner and one directly to the west of it. Which building would you like?
Which building is the first as we approach?
Through the gate, it will be
Through the
the
gate.
far southeast building on the.
The southeast building then.
Yep. All right. As you pull up the cameras, the layout is actually remarkably similar to the diagram that you saw earlier. There are 4 roof-mounted interior cameras in this warehouse. They run a continuous security loop that is backed up and wiped weekly. So not a lot of source on the mainframe for past events in this warehouse. It's primarily to create a big enough window to where if the warehouse is robbed, they can look back at the video footage. But other than that, nothing else is stored. The digital feed currently shows 2 tractor-trailer semis, single car, parked inside the drop-off. I'm sorry. The exterior cameras of the building show 2 tractor-trailer trucks parked at the loading bays. The interior show a lot of motion, probably 15 or so people. It's hard to tell with them going in and out of the office. You could sit around for a few minutes, get a head count. It's probably 13 people. They're running the automated lifter loaders to fill these trucks with what look with large cubes. You can focus, pan, zoom the camera. The logo on the side of the boxes is Intech. A quick cyber search will tell you these look like refrigeration units, basically glorified electric coolers. For palleting or biological transportation. They're all standardized so that they fit side by side in the truck, 3 wide and 2 high, all the way back in the truck, and they're stacking these cooler parcels into the truck. On the actual manufacturing floor, they look like they're on like the last load, though. This place is pretty empty. Around the building, there are a number of these boxes sitting around stacked against the walls. So there's a plethora of refrigeration unit style boxes. Picture the styrofoam coolers of the metamarket industry. There's a number of odd looking there's a table set out with like injectors and scanners and different types of medical looking equipment. There's, if you've ever seen like, it's not The Biggest Loser, but it's the one for the people even heavier than The Biggest Loser. My wife does it. It really creeps me out. But they've got like the elephant scales built, resting on the floor to just weigh metric tons of material and parse them off with heavy machinery.
Okay.
Those are immediately beyond the ramps from the garage. doors. So it's almost like if you brought something in on a flatbed, you could just back it up onto the scale and dump your minotaurs in a pile on the and get your cash. And it's set up like a recycling plant. Like you drive in, you throw your bottles, they get sorted, they get conveyed, they get crushed, and get put on the truck.
Okay, I'm going to copy the file for the last week, or for what we have up until the last week on these interior cameras, and
Okay.
I'll do the same for the second loading warehouse when I switch over to those cameras, which I'll do right now.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, and then I need to make another roll here.
You need to make a what? Oh, another roll here. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, if it's a different camera system, I've got 2 hits.
1.
Okay. And I'm running the babysitter program, Baby Monitor. What is my Overwatch score at?
Explain it to me.
Okay, so every time I roll, I've rolled 2 marks and the 2 cameras right now, so we're at 4 times now. They're trying to track me, right? They're trying to track my progress in the net. So the number of successes they get for each roll is added together, and then they also roll an additional d6.
Okay. Well,
Is it a d6?
they've had 3 successes total over your
Over the
opposed
4
checks.
rolls?
Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah. So then it would be 4 plus, or then it would be 3 plus 4d6. And once that number hits 40, they know they've got a hacker in their system. Then they know they're on to me. And they start looking for me.
3 plus 46.
Yeah.
Okay. And once it reaches 40,
Yep. Then
they
they're
don't know you're there.
okay. So, but what is the score? Sorry, wait. Let me just double check that it does keeps track of your movements and makes so you. So I always know my current Overwatch score.
22.
Okay.
Do I re-roll it for every success I get on subsequent actions?
Every time I take an action, you'll get to roll. You add your number of successes, and you add a d6. And if I'm just chilling out here for a long period of time, you also get to just roll another d6 whenever I've been here for too long.
It's 3 plus 46. Is that correct? 3
Yeah, because
plus
I've taken
46.
4 actions, and so that's
I'm
the 4d6.
sorry. It's actually 19.
Oh, okay.
Plus 3, 22. It's the same.
Okay.
I hate this game. I can only roll 22.
Okay.
I just...
So how many people do we have in the second loading?
This place is packed. There are people running all kinds of heavy equipment that does not look native to the warehouse. There are actually 2 large and significantly, I don't know, it's hard to describe on the camera. They're all black, no logo, but they look like the cabs are made of denser material. There's not really good camera angle to look into the tractor trailer rear end. And they're not open, so you couldn't see inside them anyway. But these just look thicker and kind of more sophisticated as vehicles go that are inside here. It looks like there's some kind of vats filled with liquid along the wall. There looks to be some sort of giant pig trough that, I don't know, suspiciously 4 or 5 minotaurs would fit into. There is a conveyor belt that runs material what looks like some kind of meat grinder or smasher. In this building, if you look in the other building, if you look behind door number 2, it looks like a makeshift impromptu packaging plant. There's all sorts of vacuum sealers, there's logos, there's bags. Have you ever seen like the Japanese infomercial mart where they're like, hey, here's the rice cake with the dancing little bear on it? And it's that kind of, everything's in Chinese, and it's that kind of packaging material. It looks like they're packaging snack foods or I don't know, like jerky sticks and things like that.
Awesome.
That's getting weird.
Yeah, I am going to take the last week feed, copy it here as well, and then, well,
Oh, people. I'm sorry. There's probably 20 or 30 people in here.
20 to 30.
All, but they're not moving about like they were in the last place. They're not loading things. They're working in a station. So it's kind of assembly line style. And the products of there's probably, as you kind of look and map it out, all Factorio style, you can see that there's 3 different products kind of being packaged in here,
Okay.
and put into storage containers.
How many people seem armed?
Oh,
do they
I
all
should
seem to have a
probably
pistol or
count
something
the
on them?
armed
Or
people. In these second 2 buildings, they do not all seem to have a pistol. Many of these look like factory workers. At the perimeter and the inside of each of these buildings, and sometimes walking around on the floor, in either of the 2 larger buildings, there are 8 individuals that are obviously have some sort of harnessed automatic weapon. I don't know, brand, model, looks like submachine guns.
you said 8 people?
Yes, 8 people in each of the larger buildings, static number. In the smaller buildings, there is no one armed currently. On the trucks outside, there are 3 to 4 armed people per truck. Obviously armed, like they have a pistol. You don't know what kind of weaponry is in the truck. What time is it currently?
Probably 2:15.
240. Eastern.
Nice. Perfect. Why are we on Eastern time in Kansas City? I hate this game. So for a total of 24 currently identified armed individuals, 8 of which have some sort of assault rifle or shotgun.
You're gonna die.
Right.
Well, this is a heavily defended operation, isn't it?
I didn't
Yeah.
think so.
I guess when you mercilessly butcher people, you gotta expect the
You gotta hug faster, man. Just
karma's gonna come back to bite you.
Well, alrighty then.
So how bad do we hate the injustice of the meta-human meat market?
Enough to look into frag grenades.
Well,
like
yeah,
that you
no, I
guys are
start
thinking.
piping over the feed of the packaging of the meta meat to
Justice
the other
League
3 party
of-
members.
Justice League of Runners over here. Okay, you guys are getting a feed. You're seeing everything he does.
Well,
So we're looking at
You're looking at
I mean, really,
people's body
considering-
parts getting packaged up into
looking for
children's meals.
Marketable products.
Yeah.
so we're looking from anywhere from between 10 to 15 armed personnel in each building, almost practically.
Mighty Minotaur Lunchable.
Is it 24/7? We had a week's worth of video. Is it 20? Does it operate 24/7?
No. The factory floor, it's on a rotation. It looks like it's something like 10 o'clock in the morning till midnight, and then there are armed guards that take up. They've kind of taken over one of the offices in each of the buildings. That keep feeds on the cameras. It goes down to probably 2 or 3 people per building during off hours. It is humanly manned 24/7 for the past week. There has been no traffic. It almost in the 2 smaller buildings until what am I trying to say? Until today. And as you go back, you only have a week of footage, so you don't have like the footage of if this was used as a drop-off point, or if they shipped the food to this at an earlier date. But they didn't ship the stuff that's being unloaded there now this week. The last, I guess, 2 days, people have been unpackaging and sorting raw material and getting it ready to ship to the processing center behind them. So the suspicion is that it's come in from another one of the loading sites, and they were just kind of using the space because it was available and it was kind of a temp job. those buildings kind of sat empty for the previous week. It looks like there's more personnel present today than there has been on any other day this week.
Of course.
Okay.
Because it's fight night. In this corner, we have the reigning champion, Sir Hugs-a-Lot.
Versus
The world.
30 plus bodies.
All of China.
All of
All
China.
the tea. All the tea.
Well, we could wait till night and.
Wait till night, take it over, and then wait for people to slowly stroll in at the work time, which they'll sort of stagger in at different times, because you got those people that are really early and want to show up about 30 minutes early, have some coffee, maybe drop a deuce beforehand, and then you got those people that come in like 5 minutes late, and then you have the people that come in, on regular time. So we'll have the opportunity for different waves.
And we can disappear people who are associated with the meat market, because is it possible that everyone here is associated or with it, or
they're associated somehow.
I think it's a fair guess to say that most people here are at least elbow deep in meat market projects.
We can disappear them.
You can do whatever you would like to do. This is your sandbox.
Would anyone be against disappearing people?
We could blow the
Against
building
what?
for all I care.
People?
But if we blow up the building, we might be considered terrorists.
Just as a side note, all of the equipment necessary to sort these people you're disappearing into small 16-ounce plastic bags
Is already right there.
appears to be present.
Yeah. So are we folding on the 6 o'clock deal with presenting Minos?
I mean, there's a lot of people inside.
I
with
think it
guns.
sounds like a great
But we
plan.
only have to do one building at a time,
True.
as long as we can do it quietly.
Yeah, but how can we? What do we need to do then? So, how many people approximately are in each building? Somewhere between 8 and 15.
Only the big
Ish.
ones. No.
Oh.
People? Yeah.
So
People, yeah.
I say we should probably, if we're going to do this, take out the small buildings first.
Yeah.
That's too many people.
Well,
Yeah,
if we
so
can
many
do this,
people.
if we can start with management, get like an audience with just a small room of management or something like that.
Management should be in the small buildings, or in the large buildings that don't have a whole lot of traffic, or that
Right? Yeah, I don't think management's going to be there on the conveyor floor.
no.
Yeah.
Are we really going to negotiate with them?
Yeah, I'm.
Well, those
I'm
are the
with
ones
you
we wanna
on it,
get the
but
most, right?
also, I mean, they're doing such an illegal, like, ridiculously dirty thing. At what point do you think they're just gonna be like, screw it, and just shoot us and take Minas?
Oh yeah, you got a point there.
Well, why don't we just call Lone Star?
Yeah, we could do that.
We have enough evidence, so we can see what happens.
We could forward it to Knight
I mean-
Errant, yeah.
I
And
mean-
who's the person? Who's the company that has the contract for this area?
This area is... Yeah, it's Lone Star. The plaza is Knight Errant. Do I have that backwards? I don't think I have that backwards.
I thought this would have been private.
Anyone have a Lone Star contact?
I mean, someone in the Orkney Boys may have a Lone Star contact. They gotta stay under the radar somehow.
Well, because we could get a solid from something like this, and at the same time say, hey, while you all are
Nothing
assaulting
on
the
the-
large buildings, we could take care of the management buildings that don't have the
Nothing-
conveyors and the like in it.
Nothing on it may be a subsidiary company, but nothing on the river is going to be private just because Amber LLC owns most of the land or it manages most of the land up and down the river.
Oh, yeah, and this
Talking about
is
calling in the cops.
and assuming that, and this is privately owned by Amber LLC to this building, right?
This one? No, probably not.
Okay, then we can.
It's not part of the corporate enclave. Yeah, you're not going to draw down the wrath of Amber LLC if you nuke these buildings. Please don't nuke my buildings.
Well, if we blow it up, we'd be considered terrorists. That would affect our reputation.
That's true.
Only if we got caught.
Less true.
Yeah.
Let's see. So how do we want to execute this, like, in the morning? Do we want to execute it right now?
I don't think we can handle that many people. So
No,
we,
I don't think we have the firepower to take that many people on.
So
We need like 20.
Yeah, we need to change the odds in at least some manner, which may mean calling in some sort of larger force who would also have an interest in stopping this.
And what does your organization stand on this?
Don't they do trafficking?
They do trafficking, but if they do trafficking,
Human
this
trafficking?
is also moving in on this turf. On their turf, they probably don't like it. I mean, plus they seem to only traffic in dead people rather than catching live ones.
That's just Bert, Ernie, and you. You guys are messed up.
I mean, I could call him.
Not an organizational standard. You've got one of them on speed dial. You've got like a management guy.
What is the armor of the people that are armed?
You're looking at nothing heavy, but they're all wearing at least flak jackets.
Okay,
So
and
armor
I'm gonna
clothing.
call my motorcycle as well. Have it drive itself here.
Okay.
All right, so we got a couple of things going on that we could do. If we want to, I'll bring my motorcycle in. That gives us a little bit more firepower.
Everyone armed as Chinese or Chinese looking of Asian descent. I shouldn't say Chinese. I need to stop doing that.
Are you trying to warn me that they all know martial arts then? Is that the stereotype we're working on?
I'm just they gotta wear the flak jacket to not restrain their kung fu. They're
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, like, we really, really outgun them, and our
True.
armor is, like, we actually have decent armor. We actually have armor, which wins fights.
And I still have nausea gas, so. can
Yeah,
always
plus
use
we have
that to
knockout gas.
bring it. No, I have nausea gas, not knockout gas.
Well,
so I
okay,
can
yeah.
make people vomit.
That's considerably less useful than knockout gas.
But it'll force people to get out of the area, which is important. And if you have a rebreather or a gas, like respirator or a gas mask, you'll have a better chance standing it than you would say Neurostun, because it's also contact.
Well,
I mean-
at
Oh.
the very least, it creates choke points for
Neat.
people leaving buildings.
The doors, they have locks on them, correct? Automated locks?
Yes.
Can we weld it?
I went into that system as well.
Okay.
1 success.
0 successes.
Woohoo! All right.
The pink dice
okay.
are bad.
Thankfully for me. Because, yeah, I got to roll 9 dice there. Yeah. So,
I think I'm competing outside my weight class with my garage door locks.
alrighty. So I can lock the doors while we put nausea gas in some of the buildings, things like that. So we have a couple tricks that we can still do.
Does the nausea gas, if you can't leave it, kill you?
No.
You just
Maybe over a
Slowly
period
die of
of
dehydration.
days. Yeah.
Like they'll be they'll have any penalties they have is going to be doubled, and if the toxin's power exceeds the target's willpower, they start vomiting minus the number of hits they got.
okay. No was sufficient. What are you guys doing?
I could summon a bigger, angrier spirit.
Then Gust?
Yeah, I could do that. I'd probably have to spend some of my edge for today to live through the experience, but I could do it. And that would be a sizable engine of destruction we can unleash in a building. The problem is not that we can't take that many people, like however many guards in a building. The problem is doing it quietly so the other buildings aren't alerted.
Right. Maybe
Do we have a? Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say. Plus, given what happened in the van, my systems and what I'm trying to do with the electronics might not be great with you doing shocking the crap out of everything.
True.
Like, I might not be able to lock the doors if they're electrocuted or, do file system things. So,
Statrix. Can you see if there is like a ventilation system?
yeah,
Pump
I can
nausea
see the
gas in it.
blueprints.
Nausea gas, neurostun, assuming we're not going and go in for like the first 10 minutes.
Well, okay, so
there are stronger neurostun out there that only lasts minutes, so...
do you want to... Okay, so here's an idea. The loading buildings were the two smaller ones, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so, Medic, you're saying earlier that you could sneak in. Voltaic had his trick that he used on the train where it was really hard to see him. And maybe the two of you can go place on then the larger buildings in the duct system. You can put the neurostun, but we'll put it with a remote detonator or remote trigger, so that way we can then go and do our plan with Minos, where we try to negotiate with him in the smaller building, and then if we get into any trouble, I'll go ahead and lock down the doors on the larger buildings and release the neurostun by remote detonator, remote trigger.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard.
And the larger buildings
we just had to
mostly
get our
have
hands
factory
on
workers in
neurostun.
them.
The other option is, like, you have that, if we could get over there as well, we could put up nausea gas in the two smaller ones, or in the one that you guys are in. Assuming you guys can pick up gas masks. As soon as you trigger it, there's still a mask on, you're going to have a massive edge against them.
I mean, I'm going to stay in the van. But
Still, put a gas mask in there. Worst case scenario. That's the nice thing about the nausea gas. It's not going to cause anything if you get it on your skin.
yeah. Does that sound like a plan?
It's
Do
gonna
you two
create
want to
some
try to
alarms,
sneak in there?
I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I start, I mean, if we start pumping gas into the building, it's going to start setting alarms off. And if I unleash like some sort of hellish like earth spirit in there,
I'm saying
gonna
we wouldn't-
cause a ruckus.
We wouldn't trigger the gas, though, until after we've already started negotiations with management, or after we've at least attempted it. It would be a failsafe for us.
But I'm
Yeah.
I'm still concerned that management would simply shoot us.
Well, neurostun acts significantly faster than nausea gas. We just had, as soon as we trigger, we had to wait for it to filter through the system, and then 3 seconds after that. So maybe, depending on if they have a strong enough circulation system, looking at 3 minutes at best before everyone starts getting knocked out.
How much neurostun do you need to do that though?
Probably.
To fill a building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's heavier than air, so I'm going to assume. Well, I'm going to assume that's heavier than air.
It's an attack canister, it should be. But it disperses pretty easily. So.
Depending, like, if we just neurostun 8, it's going to sit around for 10 minutes before it gets neutralized.
So they're just unconscious for 10 minutes. Although I guess
they'll be unconscious for hours. An
Oh,
hour
it
at
just lasts for
least.
10 minutes.
But no, the gas will sit around for 10 minutes. If we do trigger it, we can't use the buildings for 10 minutes. And
I have no idea
would not
anymore.
suggest 9 or 10 because they only last a minute. They'll probably disperse by the time, or they'll be useless by the time they get to where we need it.
Okay, so here's what I thought the idea was. We want to kill as many of management and these people as we can to put an end to the meat market, right? Like, murder is on our mind, correct?
I believe
Yes.
murder is on
Yes.
the mind.
All right. We also
It
want to
only
get as
takes
much.
one to carry the message.
Yeah, we also want to get as much money as possible out of like loose cred sticks, which is where I think the idea Minos brought earlier about us walking him in as a bounty gets them to bring the money out to us. Then, if we can get management to start coming out, because through Voltaic sweet talking we can, and maybe we can see more cred sticks, and then we can deal with management right then and there, and then we can pop the canisters in the larger buildings to neurostun as many people over there while we make our hasty getaway.
How about I have one idea. It's really nasty and edging on the dark, but retro.
What's that?
I mean,
Hmm?
we don't know what
If we
that
want
is.
to kill
but-
people, we can use retro. It's a neurotoxin, essentially.
Oh, in the two
Like, you know,
buildings?
Yeah,
Do you already have it on you?
Banned by the Second
No,
Geneva
but-
Convention.
we can
Yeah,
find
I
some.
know, right?
Yeah, I don't know
Won't
if we
be
can
too
find
hard.
some in the next hour or two, though. Because we're getting
Yeah.
close to 6.
Yes, we are.
But here's the thing: we can set it up overnight.
Assuming they're still here.
Yeah. Well, we can stake it out.
It looks like they're almost done loading the trucks, though.
Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
they're
talk for an hour and
loaded.
a half. The loading site, they start moving personnel and into prepare for the night's activity. A lot of the gun-toting individuals shift over to the smaller rooms. There's still only 4 or 5 people with guns, as there were before, but there's a shift change. There's an obvious shift change. People show up in their cars, other people go home. About 4:30ish. The people start going out into the front of the 2 guys go out to the front of where the garage doors are, and they start putting down what look like tent stakes in the ground.
Statrix, can you figure out what that is? And I'm going to give my fixer a call.
It looks like tent stakes to me. I'm assuming that they're marking it out
Well,
for
they might
when
have
people come
sensors,
in.
so that's the thing. That's why I want you to check.
Oh, if it has a wireless signal on it?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like they're. What kind of sensors do they have on them?
It has motion, heat, light. It's not connected to the main warehouse network. It looks like they're setting up a private sensor grid
Okay.
around the warehouse.
So it looks
Now,
like
where-
some
So
sort of
it's
sensor
optics. It's optics.
Yeah.
It's heat. It's motion. Range looks like maybe 100 meters.
grid. Looks like it's a high-tech metal detector. I mean, they want to know what's coming into their shop beforehand
Why are they doing this now, though?
because they're
'Cause it's
expecting
almost
people to start
6.
coming in. Which means that we won't be able to sneak up and put the grenades into the vents anymore. I think we missed our window there.
Well, why don't we, we could always see if one of these people leaving look to be the management type. Follow them home, go from there. Extract more information, or at least get some sort of passcode or mag key card, something.
Said shift change was at 4:30.
Huh?
We'd have an hour or so to do it, as long as we can catch them as they're driving out. Is my motorcycle here yet?
Uh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely catch up to and create a problem or situation for one of these cars if we need. So I'll go ahead and put my helmet on and jump on the motorcycle.
Side news. I can get 6 canisters in the next hour.
How? Of the one that kills people?
Yes. Retro.
How?
Yeah. I have a friend.
Isn't your charisma like 2?
No, my charisma isn't that bad.
Uh,
I have a friend. That has that.
Did Medic ever tell you the story about the time he saved Carmen's cat?
Carmen had a cat?
Yeah, she remembers even if you don't.
Yeah, no, just if we want to employ that, that's an option. We'd have enough time to get it there and set it up.
Well, I think we won't be able to set it up because of the grid that they're putting out.
Can we just go up and over?
It has a 100-meter range to it, roughly.
We have a spirit, right? Can you just get the spirit to bring it over?
6 o'clock. What are you doing?
the
The gates-
spirit is not
the
going to be
gates
able to place
open.
grenades in a detailed location for you.
The gates open and are left open. 2 obviously armed people are standing outside of the garage doors with their eyes on the gates, but are not taking a position at the warehouse gates. It's 6 o'clock in Kansas in the center. This is still pretty much broad daylight, so it's kind of odd. But anyway, there you have it. The garage door bays, all 3 of them, facing the gate side on the smaller southeast buildings, open and await drop-offs. Time to do some meta meat market business.
Do we know how long they say open for?
No. Until they're not open.
Okay. I thought we had a week's worth of footage, so we have an idea.
Yeah, but
We didn't see another drop-off.
It changes. The drop-off location changes every week. In fact, it's kind of odd that they're having the drop-off. It seems risky to have the drop-off location here, but they are this week. So these 2 buildings were not used in the previous weeks. Previously in the week as a drop-off location.
So, simplified plan.
Do we see
we
another
have
van
Statrix
pull up?
disable.
Can you see what?
Do we see another van pull up?
How long do you wait? I can find that out.
Within 15 minutes of 6?
Oh, sure, yeah. A van pulls up within 15 minutes. It's not a van. It's a pickup truck. But yeah,
Pickup
Pulls
truck
up.
with something like a camper shell on the back?
like a big blue ghetto tarp from Walmart. over the
Oh,
back.
okay. You're out redneck shooting.
Yeah, that's the way you gotta roll on some of these. My niece put me in contact with the meta-human meat market.
What happens when the truck pulls up to the armed men?
He winds down his window, chats for a bit. One turns around, looks in the back of the truck, waves him in. Truck's in there. They shut the garage door behind him. Truck's there for, 10, 15 minutes. Garage door opens. Truck leaves.
So all 3 doors are open. They just shut the
Yep.
one that the truck was in, though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just shut the one bay.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
think someone's
simplified
gonna
plan.
die.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is an option. Can we just have Statrix shut down the cameras and the doors in one of the buildings and kill everyone in it? Repeat 4 times.
We'd have to shut down the system. We'd have to be fast. We'd be aggressive.
I feel like you guys are all of those things.
Okay, but we are not
relatively
quiet.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
why
I'm
we
gonna
shut the
focus
cameras
suppressor.
down.
That's the one thing where I'm like, yeah, but shutting cameras down doesn't shut down everyone's ears. My gun makes a horrendous noise. Like, let me tell you.
I've got 30 rounds of
Oh, you did not bring enough.
This does 64 rounds in almost a second and a half. Like,
Are you rocking a Uzi?
no.
What are you firing? Jesus.
I've
Is
got
this
the
coming
Ares
at it?
Crusader.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean that's my small gun, and then I've got the.
What's your big gun?
Where is it?
That'll kill some poor.
The Ares Alpha.
What is uh-oh. Voltaic begins summoning the elder demons
Yeah, if you'll
in
let
the back
me.
of the van.
Uh-oh.
If you'll let me, I.
Anyone in the back of the van with Voltaic notices some strange things beginning to happen. I've never seen him do this summoning dance without pants before, but there it is.
Voltaic utters a small prayer, and then summons. What is an upgraded version of Gust?
Gustav.
What?
Good stuff. That's
Gustav.
the,
Yes.
that's the
Summons
cultured
Gustav.
version of Gust. Whatever. If you're upgrading from Gust, you gotta go big. You gotta be like Typhoon.
That might be. Yeah, it's a Force 12 air spirit, so that might be Typhoon.
No, that's a fucking hurricane.
That's gonna draw some attention.
Oh, not at the moment. It will when he's if
If it's a Force 12 air spirit, why don't you just change the air pressure enough to where it just explodes the building?
you know
He would have to manifest for that first, though.
he would, but
Okay,
it's basically
sure. Whatever.
Minos doesn't
Whatever it
care.
takes.
Yeah.
noxious breath, elemental attack,
You get
engulf.
All right, team. As you sit here, more traffic comes in and out of the. They're doing a brisk business.
Wait,
you know,
a second
right?
vehicle goes in.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Right.
and then a third.
I know.
Oh, so but they're both in at the same
I
time.
was just the train too somehow.
One goes in. They do the shut the door routines before the other ones back out. The other one goes in. So two bays are closed of the three available.
Okay, yeah, that's. I want to. Well, guys, if we're going in, I want to go in when there's two other vehicles in there, so we can shut all three doors.
All right.
Are we down?
I don't
Aren't
think
we
we have
one
an
of the
option if
vehicles?
we want to execute this right here now.
Yeah, if we want to do it now, we really don't have an option besides going loud.
Did you guys handcuff the Wookiee?
Fake handcuffs.
I have plastic restraining.
That he could
Restraints.
probably break.
He could.
Without
Oh,
weapons,
we've got the
Yeah.
auto dock in back
Just
too.
cut them
So
cut them on the backside to make them weak. That way I can break them with no problem.
yeah.
I don't want to have to do a test to break them. Just
These are the strongest plastic ever.
yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
And,
don't be too hard.
We'll grab a stim pack. We'll just grab a stim pack and make sure it's empty. Wipe it and put it on your arm, but make it look like it was like a sedating stim pack.
Whatever.
That way they'll think he's sedated.
Yeah, you guys have got a C3 patch in the glove compartment.
I mean,
Uh,
I've got the auto dock. We've plenty of neuro patches.
all right. So, once we're in, are we just going to make a ruckus? Or are we just going to kill everyone? So that we
The-
can't
the-
afford to think of this any longer.
We
The-
want to try
the
to draw management in
Typhoon-
first, and we want
The
to try to see the
Typhoon that I
credits.
just summoned will kill everyone in a building.
Yeah,
Pick one.
that's what. Okay, but it shouldn't be our building. So
Yes. No, we don't want to be in the
Well-
same building.
We'll use them as a backup just in case shit hits the fan. And we've got people coming
wait,
in.
how many service? I don't know anything about magic.
I got 5 services from him, so he can assist in 5 tasks. So really, he could go pick a fight with an
How
entire
do you
building.
look? Are you like? Did
Huh?
you get a nosebleed? Are you looking
No.
dizzy?
No, he's somehow, because basically I rolled 6 successes, and the Typhoon only rolled 1, and then I rolled 5 successes to resist drain.
Okay,
Voltaic is totally fine through the
Nice.
grace of God.
nice. This was meant to be. Nobody wants
You're
to meet Market
totally-
here.
You're totally fine for 5 services. Guess what service number 6 is going to be?
Finding.
Sorry, but the Elder God Typhoon had plans for his Friday evening, and you
And it
are
may have
kind
been-
of
It may
messing
have been
with
to
them.
destroy things. And
Yeah.
I'm giving him the opportunity.
Okay, so we're gonna have the spirit wreak havoc. Once we get management down, we just gun them down, loot everything, and then move on.
Let's try to capture at least one or two of them.
The sky begins to turn black, even though it should be broad daylight.
All right, start driving the van. Well, the van starts
There's the
driving
rumbling
itself up.
of thunder or heavy wind in the distance.
And we're taking the bulldog, the one that we received from the other team.
Okay.
Not my van.
Okay, so everyone's in the bulldog. You drive it in through the gates. Guy with his holstered, ghetto-looking submachine gun looks up at the driver's window as you pull up to the dock.
Voltaic, you're driving in the driver's seat.
Okay. Gotta make a delivery.
Doors come up. He wants to, he waves like he wants to see it. Like, what are you bringing in? Is it
and,
here? Is it under the car? Like,
It's in the back of the van.
show me.
I'll open the back door.
So
Make
yeah.
him around.
Holy shit!
No, relax. He's stimmed down. He can barely move, can't ya? Give him a few love taps. Hit him on the knee.
Okay. He shuts the door. He taps the van. No thanks. Above my pay grade.
The stats of this air spirit.
Great. You drive into the parking dock. A young lady in a lab coat comes bouncing around. Hey, what you got for us?
So I was gonna lean out the window. Have you seen that viral video of the
You're gonna
Minotaur?
lead with that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he asked you not to.
No.
Oh well. In that case, we have a very large Minotaur who's quite famous, and we feel he's worth a special price.
Fantastic. Get him on the scale. We'll see what you got. She has a
I don't know.
clipboard, a white lab coat.
Open the back
I'll
door.
turn-
She's doing her job.
I'll turn and ask Medic and Statrix. Do you think you guys can get him on the scale, or do we need a crane?
Oh, we got a forklift if you need one.
That would
We
solve
may
the
actually-
problem.
We may actually need a forklift. Thank you.
Okay, she hollers for someone to bring over a forklift. They pull it up to the back of the van. There's 2 or 3 really, like heavier guys. They're like, all right, let's load this thing out. We're waiting. We're ready. What do you got?
We show them the Minotaur money, I guess.
Oh, he's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Reaches in to grab him and pull him out. Wait a second.
Nah, he's sedated. He can barely move.
Okay.
He can barely move a muscle. I wouldn't say too much though, cause he's still awake.
Excuse me, Mr. Minotaur, sir. Let's just watch my reach. And they pull him out and they load him onto a pallet that he kind of hangs off of on the forklift, and they drive him over onto the scale, and
I hate all of you.
and they kind of flop him off the pallet onto the scale. Oh, good God. How much does Minos weigh?
A little over 350 kilos.
Okay, well, add breakfast to that, and that's what you've got. Wow, that's quite a lot of Minotaur you've
Aluminum bone lacing.
Yeah.
With aluminum. That's a heavy one. She pulls what looks like some kind of old school X-ray machine. It's obviously not. She starts to do a full body scan of him. Wow, he's got quite the enhancements. Well, that's okay. That's not really what we're looking at. We can carve all that off. All right, pounds per flesh. He's doing a math calculation, adding a little weight to the bones. You're 300 kilograms?
Are you kidding?
I can't do that mental math. Let's call it meat, bones, and subtract enhancements. All right, I can Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Got the weight math. All right, let's do the blood test. She pulls out the big ass horse needle.
Hold on. Before you damage the
it's
goods.
a sampling needle.
I know, but
Standard operating
Look.
procedure.
we feel that he's worth a premium, and we would like to speak to
Well,
the management
if you feel
before
he's
really.
worth a premium, then we kind of have to have an idea of his quality to tell you whether or not he's worth the premium.
Well, we have to decide if it's even worth testing. So I want to speak to somebody in charge.
Like this.
I tried, buddy. Sorry.
She gets you like right in the top of the quadricep, and it's not a blood draining needle. It's a manual sensor, which is way archaic and stupid and angry. Albeit most of the people she stabs are dead, so it's a little more necessary. She's looking at your vital sign. She's getting your tissue density, your blood type. She gets your favorite color. Now it all looks. Wow, it all looks really good. Okay, the standard markup for this quality, you've got an S grade Minotaur flesh going on here. The standard markup's 15%. Is that adequate, or do you still want to talk to someone in management?
No, I think I want to talk to someone because he may be worth a little extra. He's started quite a few viral videos lately. I feel he's probably worth some extra million. I'd like to talk to someone in management.
All right, I can get someone down here to talk to you, but generally we don't negotiate. I mean, you can take your Minotaur somewhere else if you don't like our price.
Yeah, well, we may just have to.
And she will holler for someone to come down. One of the guys with the machine guns runs over to the office computer station, and some guy with a clipboard comes out. He's got a holstered pistol. He walks over. What?
Is that thing still in my quadricep?
Yeah.
Is that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going in her skull.
It's taking readings, man. It's taking readings. They're important readings.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he comes over and he's like, "What's the problem?"
So I don't know if you're familiar with this particular subject, but someone
Minotaur.
tried to pick him up.
The
Well,
big
I understand.
Minotaur.
There's a big Minotaur, and I'll actually pull out my pad and kind of scroll through and find one of the videos because I'm sure I can find one easily enough. And just for funsies, just to really actually to make him uncomfortable. Actually, do we have the video of him peeing to intimidate the bikers from the beginning by any chance?
I don't know where you're recording through your AR network.
We probably would have been recording everything. I just don't know how Menace feels about privacy.
Well, he's currently a slab of meat, so.
Ask your network engineer if he has a copy of the video of the Minotaur pissing on.
Satrix,
got the gut
like
milk.
DNI. Do we have video of him intimidating those punks?
I just
With
have the got milk
urination?
one.
Sorry?
I just have the got milk one.
Okay. So I'll play the video for him. See, he smashed some of your folks recently. And he's also starred in quite a few viral videos. He seems especially virile. And I feel he may be a premium price if I'm judging your market correctly. Even above the standard, she said 15%, right?
We're not exactly a pay-for-performance organization. It's kind of mass in, mass out. I mean,
know,
the
this is,
quality of the mass is good. If you don't like the price, then
This
I
is
mean,
a
take him
special
to a
request.
circus.
This is a special request.
We don't do that
So,
here.
find somebody who can help me. I assure you, with the right buyer, you would make a massive premium off of this subject.
He's meat. He's produce. I think you're in the wrong place. I can help you get the Minotaur back in the van, and you can go elsewhere.
Very well. You could load him back in. That way, at least he's out of sight when he pulls that needle out of his arm or out of his leg.
Okay.
So what do you want to do now? Because we got one.
Who's
That's
out of the van?
That's what we want.
No,
Who's out
no,
of
we
the
want to look. Voltaic, DNI. Ask him. No, tell him 15%'s good. Ask him to show you the money. We need to see the money, right? So tell him 15%'s good. Let's start setting this up.
We'll kind of hesitate for a second. How about a 20% markup?
It is what it is, man. You got 300 kilos of high quality Minotaur. This is how much I'm authorized to pay you. This is how much I'm gonna pay you, or I'm not.
Fine. Please show me the money.
All right. He takes empty creds. He takes empty cred sticks from his terminal, starts filling them with money, and then.
At what point do we start the noise here? Do we grab this guy and then kill everyone else? Like, what's the plan,
Which office
guys?
did he come from?
Hey, Betty, take the Minotaur away. Take it to processing.
Right. Let me just grab my patch off him. I'll walk over and
The
grab my
guys start
patch.
loading him back on the pallet. Forklift. Gonna drive
Got
away
it.
to Devin.
So
to
I
the glue
can
factory.
create a distraction by unleashing the hurricane on a different building.
Yes.
Okay, so mentally I will command as my favor basically the Typhoon to enter combat in one of the adjoining large buildings.
So let me get this straight. You command the
Well,
Sky God. I just want to be clear for later. Like, these are
that
your
is
words.
the-
I am not putting these
that
words
is
in
the
your mouth.
that is the mechanical end of things. Is that basically I command him to he owes me services. I can use those services to do things.
Right.
In
Right.
reality, Voltaic is polite to the spirit. He's a shaman, like a shaman tradition. So it's more of like
Okay.
he'll ask the Typhoon, would you please
Which building would you like him to descend upon?
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, but
Not this one.
yeah,
I
not this
accept
one.
your-
Are we
I
in a
accept
small
your
building?
answer. I'm like,
Are we in a small building or a large building?
We're in the
the
small.
question is, do you have a small wind god or a large wind god?
A very large wind god.
Well, it's still human-sized.
But
Okay.
spiritually, it's a very
large.
large wind god.
Which one do you want? Like,
We'll
you
go
are in
with-
the far southeast corner building.
we'll call it the far northwest corner building, away from us.
All right.
Nate,
Hey,
Nate,
hey.
I can roll for things if you want for the spirit. That's up to you.
No, spirit's cool.
Okay.
All right. It sounds like it is just storming and murderous outside. The closed bay doors start to rattle as the wind picks up. There's that constant whooshing sound you get when you're in a not quite sealed container of concrete and a storm's going on outside. Rain is pattering on the metal roof, which sounds also awful. It's terrible weather outside. I would take an umbrella or a wetsuit. And they start loading the Minotaur onto their forklift to take him away to put him in the chopper. Chop, 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 chop.
For reference, his initiative is 41, Nate.
Oh, the wind spirits? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to roll initiative?
No, it's
Save
just
the
that's
Minotaur?
I think
I would like to save the Minotaur. But
Yeah.
that's just perspective on how many people the Typhoon can kill before any of them get to move.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I really don't think that rolling his damage versus them is worth it because it's 27 dice to hit, 24 DB minus 12 AP.
Just to be clear, the wind spirit was asked to attack the building.
Yes. He will succeed. And that's good enough. The
No,
building and
I
everything.
just mean not the people.
The people are in the building. The
That's
people are in
true.
the building, and with the power of that spirit, collateral damage will be high.
Great.
Right. Okay. No, we're cool. Anyway, so yeah, there's loud crashing outside. The forklift starts to drive the Minotaur away to heaven.
Okay. Yeah,
So
we gotta.
I'll say it kind of loudly. What the frack is that? Like, and start looking around as like the building starts to rattle.
Okay.
Do we want to take a moment here?
Do we want to take a moment?
Yeah, it's already. I've got 9:30 Mountain Time.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I was way too slow.